I want that. I want that. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little new to this here. Just flip this like this. Okay, what up, y'all? I think we got it going. Yeah, there it is. All right. Welcome to Robo's Transformer Repaint. This is going to be episode 1. Things are a little weird. Oh, hey, Courtney. My love is at work. She's down here. Got everything streaming going. Looking pretty good. Hi, my love. Thanks for coming by. Hope you're not too busy. Wave at you. Oh, shit. All right. I don't know if anyone's on Facebook or in Twitch right now, but you let me know how the sound is. That'd be cool. Let's see here. Boom. Mm-hmm. All right. So today we're going to cover, well, first I'm going to unbox this guy. I'm going to go over kind of my plans and what we're going to do with it over the course of this course. Well, course of the course. So, anytime you guys want to ask questions, feel free. Kennedy, it should be the Daft Robo on Twitch or on Facebook, sir. YouTube is being lame, so I'm going to try to save this. And maybe I can upload it to YouTube later. I don't know. YouTube's being a little weird. Why am I in sports, though? How do I change that? Sorry, y'all. Can I change how I'm streaming? I don't know why it's sports. Anyway. On Twitch, it's sports for some reason. I must have something on the... I'm so likely there's something I don't know. I'll change it here. Edits. Yes, here we go. Why is it sports? Right, maybe that changed. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, that's not even right at all. There it is. How about that? How about that? A little better. Hey, Dex, what up, man? Trying to do some multi-streaming thing here. I'm not pretty new to these. All right, is it art? Okay, cool. All right. Where's the chat on these? Like I said, this is new. Trying to figure this out. All right. What up, Bri? I'm just trying to stream. I'm on streaming right now on Twitch and Facebook. If you guys want to go over there, that's fine. You can stay right here. I'm trying to figure out the sound and stuff. So if you guys would go to one of those and just let me know that the sound and stuff's good, that would be great. How do I see chats in these? Yo, peeps. All professional and shit. All right. Sound on Twitch is nice. Thanks, man. All right, cool. Doing great, man. 4-day weekend, so I'm here doing some things. So yeah, all right. Well, I'll unbox this guy first. Why not? Here's my knife. Talk about what we got planned for this guy. What up, Eric? Thanks, Kennedy, man. Let's pull this right here. Let's flip this guy. Flip it. What's going on? Flip it. There. Bam. All right. So this is Autobot Blaster. This is from the War of the Fall of Cybertron. It's a sound wave. I don't even think this actually existed in the game at all. But they did a repaint of the mold, and they did a new head. You know, you got one tape deck, dude. You got to have all the tape deck dudes. This one, is just the paint apps are pretty lame. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna break it down. We're going to go over some planning, go over a little prep. I do things a little bit differently. You guys painted Transformers before, robots in general. I've had this guy. I had a few of these. We gonna fix it. That's true, man. You're gonna fix it. Oh, he's got wrist swivel. That's always nice. You never see that. But when you're repainting, that's gonna be definitely a rub spot for sure. So, what? Right on Instagram, and see he's got some wrist swivel. Wrist out of there. Oh, it's a really good mold. The head sculpt's really nice. If you can see there, got a nice snarl. You guys on the other. There it is. See that cheese. So we're gonna go with conventional colors. I'm not gonna like go crazy out of the box. Hey, Jesus, what up, man? Jesus, I'm on not on YouTube right now because they're being lame. But I am on Facebook and Twitch right now. If you guys want to go over there, or you can stay here. It doesn't matter. So we've got the tape deck gimmick here. The one part I'm not, well, I don't know if I'm feeling it or not. As you can see, this blue part right here is translucent blue. Guys on Instagram, so yeah, it's blue. The problem is, I don't know if I want to keep it translucent blue. There's not blue, so I mean, these parts are painted blue to mimic that, which obviously you can see is not anywhere near that, really. Some more light up in this too. Now that I got the box out. All right, cool. Maybe this side. Maybe not. Maybe that one. All right. Maybe too much light. Anywho. So actually, I'm going to paint these in like a glowing. If you've ever played the game, they have got some really cool glowing energon kind of effects. Oh, I'm all up in Instagram shit. So I think I'm actually going to paint that, and I don't really give a shit that it's translucent blue. So that being said, that's the only part I was going to mask. What I like to do is I like to go through and I will, as it sits right now, just like this, I'll prime it. I'll shoot primer, not a whole lot, just enough. And then I'll transform it a few times. What up, Mac? Lips. So then I'll know what is going to rub or not, or where the problem areas will be, where the paint's going to fit. Because we're going to add, this is plastic. This is just colored plastic in most of the parts. I mean, there are paint like this has been painted. The head definitely has the paint apps on it. But this is red plastic with that yellow strip has been painted. This is red plastic with those silver and blue parts. So that's all going to come off, and we're going to add more red paint. So you just got to think about that as it being a transformer, and not say like a Gundam. I mean, you even think about that stuff on any model kit that's going to move. We got pins, all these pins. I'll show you guys how to get all those out. Luckily, this has a lot of screws. Sometimes these will be mushroom pins, which are another whole ordeal. A lot of the wheels that used to be on older Transformers, they would just have like an actual metal cap that would push through. So you would still retain the motion, but it would be like a metal, basically like a nail with a head without having a point on the end. But then sometimes they would have little protrusions on the side, and they would just push them in, and then that, with enough friction, would hold it in, but give it enough slop so it could move. Well, those are kind of a bitch to get out when you want to paint that part. So you would have to use like a soldering iron, get that hot, pull it out. Luckily, this is pressure fitted wheels, so that won't be a problem. So we have lots of pins. See all these pins right here. There's one here. There's one under this. That's going to be fun. See that? That one's going to be fun. So, and this little guy, we'll paint him too. But here we go. These are what I'm talking about, these caps, these mushroom caps. There's mushroom pins. See right here. There it is. They're not screws or pins. Pins are nice because you can come along with a punch, and you can punch it out. These, depending how deep I want to go with this little disc guy. Ooh, that's cool. So this transforms into a circle of some sort. See how ridiculous this is. This might be pretty stupid to paint, but you paint it. You try to paint it. But this goes like this, maybe. Oh, that's okay. Okay. All right. And that is Steeljaw. This fucking name. Steeljaw. Bam. So he's a little guy, and I think he like pops, maybe. I don't know. And then this guy will go into this dude like this, maybe. Oh, that's what that's for. Oh, shit. All right. That doesn't seem right. Does it come out of his chest? That's kind of cool. So we'll sprinkle it. But then how does this come out? That's not right. All right, that's not coming out now. Why though? So what happens when you don't read? The fuck? Yeah, maybe put it in. I don't know. Good shit, huh? I'm out in the. Okay. Well. That might have come out to be fully apart. All right. So All right. Lots of pins, definitely. Lots of screws. Ratchet points. All right. So I'll move to the oh, there we are. I'll move over to the spray booth in a second. So what I'll do is I'll just mimic this on this hatch here and this parts on the arm. I might even use John Blue trying to in these wheels. It's such a weird color. It's like I don't even know the word. Champagne, kind of gray. Oh, it just doesn't look. Is it me? It doesn't look right. Bill? Anything? So I got a few colors to try out. All thanks to SMS. The Scott sent me some paints. So we'll be painting this whole thing with SMS paints. Plus one for Energon. Hello. Yes, sir. I don't know if you've ever played video games. Great video game. Great game series. There was this is War for. This is Fall for. So this is the second of the series of video games. Great games. Some really good voice games online. Well, a lot of third-party tools came out that were Hasbro had to do some of that pretty lame. This was a decent one. So now I'm going to move this camera over, and we're going to. No, not that. I want to do this. I want to do this. This. All right. So I'm going to move this over. Do the spray boots. And I'll show you mixing up here. All right. So, spray booth. First, we're going to mix up some. I'm going to use Mr. Surfacer 1000. I think it's more up. Alexa, turn on Paint Station. No, I didn't. Echo. Sorry. Echo, turn on Paint Station. Did you mean? No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I meant this. The other. I had to name two ladies different names. The robot ladies, because she likes to come in here and I say one woman's name. She just can't. Anyway, so the one in here is named Echo. One in there is named the other lady. So, your first choice, I'm using a Badger. Let's see. Badger 105 Patriot. This one, I've done a little work too. It's got the high roller trigger, which I love. Some wax there. I'll be using lacquer here. So what I like to do is I keep back a bit. Yeah. So back that are closed. Like these they're for like lab bubbles. Really good to plan to brush. So I don't like too much in the lab bottle. It will evaporate really quickly.
So you put this much in, it'll probably get us through today easy. But if there was any left, so if I had this full, it just evaporates. It's not a sealed. I mean, it's sealed enough to where you press this and it squirts out. You know, that's what we want. But it will evaporate very quickly if you have a whole lot of these. So I try to keep it here. I have another steel jar or bottle to use. I kind of got a little paint this table former thing. Hair out. Ooh, damn. Getting thinner everywhere. I didn't really clean this up very well since last time I used it. Gonna have to spray some primer. We're gonna use all lacquer paint, so it's gonna be as durable as it can get. But even then, you know, this paint will chip. What's going on here? Why are you taking air? Fitting in the box. Right. I also have the figure rest for a Renegade on the bottom. So it's a little custom. This is a 0.5 eagle. I use mostly 0.5 in anything. My Renegade, I have my Badger is for my detail, and I think I have a 3 in that. I may have a 5 in that too, but that one has the rear adjustment on it. Oh, Instagram, what up? Sorry, man. All right, we're back. Okay, sorry, Phil. Too many things to straight, man. All right, so let's talk about mixing. You played War 4, yeah, Fall Up is great. Check out Fall Up for sure. It's really good. All right, so I have one for mix, I have one for playing, or like the actual straight bottom. Mix it a little here. Primer choice is the Mr. Surfacer series, depending on what I'm painting. If it's something I've done a lot of work to or needs a little clean, you know, something that's a little beat up, it needs to be smooth, I'll start with like 500, spray that, sand that with like an 800 grit, and come over, you do 1,000. I also have 1,500. I like to do that with like really, really smooth surfaces. Where's my bottle of so bottle. What up, Manny? Manny the Manny, what up, dude? We're getting ready to prime a transformer, sir. Oh shit! If I could find my bottle. So I have a bottle. It's an outside bottle. This is in it, of course. It's a big one like this. Where the fuck is it? So I rinse my tools off. And I'm painting. What the fuck? All right. Not a big deal. Oh, shit. I thought I had to show them. Hey, George, Julio, what up, man? Doing like a try. I can't stream on YouTube for some reason. It won't let me. I have to wait too much time or something. So I'm over on Twitch. Someone's watching me on Twitch, and I'm on Facebook right now. So, you know, this is great too. George, what up? I just like to be out. So, for guys that are tuning in, we've got the transformer right here. First things first, I'm just going to prime it. I'm going to put primer all over it, and then I'm going to transform it a few times and see where the problem areas will be. Lighter. All right. So I picked up a paint sprayer, and it's just covered in black paint, so I'm going to paint it a wolf. Guys, have a good weekend. once I get this clean, we're going to mix up some Mr. Surfacer 1000. And we're going to soak that dude. So this is kind of, I'm going to put primer on it. I'm going to find out where the areas of problem areas are. Then we'll disassemble it. Well, before we'll disassemble it, we'll go in, and some of those areas I can get without disassembling it to get some of the plastic down so that we'll have some room to add coats of paint. This is my Badger. There we go. My Badger paint's here. I like to use these paint stirrers a lot. What a spider. Just a mix, or the Gooch watching these videos. Easy way to pour paint into another vessel. You just kind of use this as a pour spout. You put it perpendicular with the paint that you're pouring out, and down. Just keep it so you don't get that shit all over the lid. It's a little spout. I'm going to fill this up about 1/3 of the way. There's a little left in there. I get about a 3-to-1 with these. So I get 1/3 primer or paint to 2/3 thinner. I am all about consistency though, so it's kind of hard to actually say that. So I like to do for these bottles, I have the actual, these are cheap. They're made for this container. A lot of the times they have if you've seen the spouts that you can get for the Mr. Lovely thinners or the Mr. Thinner bottles, they just pour out weird. What up, Joel? Yeah, Spider. It's about 3-to-1. I mean, it depends, especially like sometimes with the 500. It's just it's almost like a 4-to-1. If you use the 500 surfacer, it's just a little chunkier, you know. So I've got roughly. I can add some more thinner. So I'm gonna mix it up. I can add a little more thinner if I want to. So I'm going to add a little more of this. Shouldn't need to do it. Yeah. From the here. Boom. Done 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is just I like multiple coats. This is how I run. So I like it the consistency about skim milk. It's what my go-to. That's what I'm shooting for. With coconut milk if you don't dig out the nose. I like almond milk's a little. I don't know if you can see that. I like it to drip. Even that's a little thin. But since we're not going for that much coverage, I'm going to roll it. You guys at home. See that drip I'm talking about? This bitch off. Where's my fucking bottle, man? Oh, there it is. All right, sweet. So this is my bottle with the poison. This is the poison line. I like to do this. This is years of cleaning out my. clean? Yeah, what color is that? What's that? All right. So that's pretty thin. Is in the Twitch and the Facebook. You guys see that? Drip gang. Drip. Yeah. So it's. I mean, I'll tell you, that's one of the biggest questions I get from people that don't paint often is, what is your thinning ratio? And it's never thing. These bottles, they could have less solvent in them. Some could evaporate off just being shipped, and depending on how you have it's just hard to give someone a concrete answer. You just need to do it by feel. The more you do it, the more you'll get the feel for it. So, all right, I think that's pretty good. I've got air here, a little lack of fingerlift out, spray out. This spank boost here, I would totally recommend wearing a respirator. I am not going to. This is a very powerful boost. I made it sucks pretty hard. So I barely smell paint when I paint. So and it's all about how you paint. This is a large thing, kind of. I'm not going to go on, but I've been painting consoles recently, and those are big, sections of plastic. So this is definitely not made for that. I was definitely smelling paint, when I was doing that. But this is homemade. I guess this is where I put all my sticker straw. The people that sent me stickers and whatnot. The first thing I will do before I ever paint is I'll use my booth. I get my bottle of this is just distilled water, and I soak down all the walls of my booth where the grated. I have a big egg crate down here with my actual filter. I'll get that wet. Now this is a downdraft booth, but I've designed it that way so the air sucks from the bottom. Up here is also a filter, so it brings not just air from here, but it also brings fresh air from the top of the box. And that helps. What up, Max? That helps not draw all the paint towards the figure. So you get less dusty coats because you deal with you're sucking a lot of air. As you paint and the paint particles go towards the surface you're painting, if they're pulled too fast or if there's a lot of air, they'll dry in air. They'll dry as they're traveling to the surface. So when they are on the surface, they're rough, or you get that rough, that texture, that sandiness, that dusty. So by having fresh air come from two openings, you get a draft of air coming where it's also your paint, but you get it down. It sucks more fresh air in than just where you're shooting paint. What's crapping in Max? Mission, man. So, screen this down. I'm going to mute the mic for Twitch. I don't know. Is anyone even on Twitch right now? Let's just see. I think it's going to be loud as shit. So, we'll get to... No, I want that like this. Yes. All right. You want to mute you guys on Instagram and maybe get loud. So what I'll do is I'm going to turn my booth on. It's going to get loud. I'm going to put a glove on, one hand, how I roll. I'm just going to try to cook the whole figure. Who's got light piping? Oh, snap. Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to do something real quick. Oh, shit. I should have done this sooner. All right. We're going to come back up to the bench and we can start painting it. See, we're learning together, guys. Basically, what's going on here? Bring this back down. Bring Instagram over here. All right. What up, Mike? All right. So, light piping. You guys know anything about light piping? Good thing I looked at his face a little better. Here's my flashlight. Shit. Let's see if I can do it with this lamp. Instagram. Look at his eyes. You see his eyes? See how they're glowing now? There's a acrylic
Well, it's just clear plastic here, but it goes through his eyes. And if I painted that, I could probably remove the paint for guys on Twitch and everywhere else. Let's see if that will work. Where's the camera? No, it won't, but there's a clear blue piece here, and those are actually attached. Those are his eyes. So it's cool. You get an effect, you know. Ooh, it's a cool. They don't do it very often anymore on a lot of these figures. It's something that they used to do. Older Transformers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart, and I'm just going to remove that eyes so I don't paint them. And everything else, the only other clear blue piece, I'm just going to. So I've got a small Phillips here because all my angles got messed up. All right. Focus. All right. See, there is going to be 1, 2. Then the head will split right down the middle. I should be able to just open it up, pull his head out, and then put it back together so I can get paint on his face. I don't really need it, actually. Probably just take his whole head off. Because we're going to soak, after we prime it, we're going to soak it in alcohol and remove all the factory paint and our primer. So we're just doing this as a test. We're just trying to see where the problem areas are. And we're going to try to get that fucker out of his chest while we take it apart. You guys having a good weekend? Any questions or anything? I'm still learning the stream stuff. So next episode will be on the YouTube as well as the Twitch and the Facebook. Let me do one of these. Okay. Oh, well, that's all right. Perfect. So the back of the head came off. And there's his eyes. Oh, no. Yep. Oh, damn. I'll throw it right at you. So this is the piece we just need to take away. And then we won't even paint this. We'll just reuse it. I might polish it up a bit. It's kind of frosted. Save that. 2 screws. When I start disassembling, I'll show you how I keep all the the parts separate. Now, yeah, I'm just going to set off because the only rub point in this head is going to be this mushroom joint. So we'll sand around this guy a bit. I'll go in there with my fiberglass. I have a fiberglass pen. I'll show you how I take down some of that stuff. Let me just get this motherfucker out of here. Gio, what up, dude? Working, man? So now we have a head plaster. All right. So now we're going to go back over to the paint booth. Doodly-doo. I had a third camera. I couldn't get it to work with the streamer, and I'm still trying to figure shit out. All right. Move the Instagram over to Leah. All right. So, I've soaked down the inside of the booth with wool tap. Give it a little shot. I actually like to start it up when I start. I'll shoot some more in there. You'll see before I start painting. Some of these, I like this. Get one of my glovers on. I'm going to prep it. I just get everything ready so that get a new glove. Get a new glove. Yeah, in future streams, I'll have some music going. I kind of would rather just try to get a move on, and I didn't get everything in place that I wanted to. Mr. Cat, sorry, I didn't say, hey, what up, Mr. Cat? Mr. Kit. All right. So,
I'm going to start the booth up. Instagram, sorry if it gets loud. Twitch, Facebook, I'm going to mute you guys so you won't see anything. I'm going to go in, I'm going to paint, I'm going to just cover. I'm not worried about it looking great because we're going to remove it. So I'm really just going to focus on the joints. I'll be moving things around and painting all around it. Then we'll come back and we'll transform it. Okay. All right, guys, I explained this very well. So the water, what it does is that it actually helps fight dust, and it helps you get a cleaner coat of paint. It has to do with it's almost like an electrostatic charge. When you put water on it, it changes. It's evaporating. So as the water's passing through, it's evaporating, and as that evaporation happens, it causes. Oh, sweet, awesome. So, well, cool. I might just leave it going on the Twitch and whatnot too. So basically, I'm not sure exactly how the physics of it works, but it has to do with evaporation. And then as it evaporates, it has a positive charge of an ion or something, basically like that. And then it will attract your dust in your paint. So if you do this, I learned this from one of my good friends who I haven't talked to or seen in a long time, German gunpla dude. He can find him on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not really sure what happened to that guy. He was an awesome guy. He would always do this, and I saw him doing it, and I tried it, and it works. So if you guys have never tried it, try it. It will work. All right, here we go. We got lights up here. Let me put these on. The more light, the better. Always. Just things like this. Yes, swamp at spray this. What feels These are the same way to get the stick and dump it in my car. Trick that any jars have to keep the lid, the threads of the lid of the jar cage. I always watch that. Where's my lid? Lid. Lid. Another thing you can do, where are my Q-tips? Where are my Q-tips? Well, shit. All right, I usually have Q-tips right here. Oh, he's caught that. What in the? I like doing these trays, and I'll put it by where I paint because this will help you fight dry tip on your airbrush. If you paint with acrylics, do this with acrylic thinner, water, alcohol, even rubbing alcohol will probably be the best, and it'll just help you fight dry tip. We don't want the dry tip. When we paint with a lacquer, any kind of paint really, unless it's enamel, you're going to get some sort of dry tip. If I had, where the mother? Oh, here they are. Oh shit! Damp cloth, yes. Damp cloth, yes. I've seen people just hang a damp cloth in their booth or on the side of the booth, and it helps too. So I get a Q-tip, and I just have it on hand, and then I always take it off the nozzle cover or oh don't know what you call this. I have a crown tip on there. It's usually have it's a nozzle retention, whatever, I don't know. So I'll do that every coat. Between coats, I always clean off that nozzle. All right, we're pretty good. All right, back to it. It's getting gray. All right, so I need to fill up, clean my tip. It's getting greener. Oh. All I'm doing is I'm just wiping the dry paint with the tip of the needle. What up, sir? All right, we're gonna hit the gas. I'm chill for a minute. So go back and move them a bit. Get some more on there. And that's just what we're doing. About an hour in. Not too bad. Get a little. I think. Phil, what do you think? Phil, someone here? George, I got up this morning, had to go to the bathroom, and we were live. I didn't jump in because I did my business and went back to bed. But I'm glad I see you streaming all the time. And that makes me happy. All right. Oh, those little chippy guys? Yeah, those are cool. Oh, look at these seams, guys. We're not going to fix these seams. I might make it look a little less gross. A little sandy. Where's this fucking thing coming out? Why won't you come out? Oh, I broke it. Oh, did I break it? Nope. Almost broke it. Hey, did I break it? Ooh, I may have. I think I. Oh. Oh, it's breaking. The little steel jaw guy broken. Who gives a shit though? All right, let's try to fillet some of this shite out a bit more. And do some of these flappies here. More of this flapper shit here. I've never transformed this guy, so I don't know what all goes into that process. But, and for all of you that are going to watch this or are watching, I just want to remind everyone that we will be giving this away when we're all done and painted. I'm going to figure out some way to do a drawing to give this to someone that watches this. I'm going to fill my airbrush. Go back in. Yep, we will be fixing that little steel job. And that's really how I, for users that don't know how I got into painting robots and such in the first place, about 15 years ago. Yeah, about 15 years ago, I started collecting Transformers again. Maybe not again. I guess when I was little, I had Transformers. One of my buddies is into Transformers, and he kind of got me into it. I'm a G1 nut, so back then it was like Generations. These toys were actually out of the market. Like Generation line was one, Classics. Anyway, these toys are almost like reincarnated. You know, they're G1 designs, but they're really, really nice, engineered very well. If you played with G1 Transformers when you were a child, you know, they weren't that in depth. You know, it was a block, it was a car. It would open, you know, it would open up a bit, and two arms would pop out, and that was a Transformer. You know, these are really quite crazy. If I have any right here, I can grab it. You know, G1 designs, but when they would transform, a lot went into the engineering, and they were way cooler. So I started collecting those. My buddy already had a lot, but he would break his toys. So just like I just broke this piece of shit, he would snap the head off, shear a peg off, whatever. And then he would bring it to me, and I'd fix them. So I was pinning parts together, trying to figure out what kind of glues and stuff would work. Well, then it came to a point where it was like you would get a Transformer very similar to this, and it would look like crap, or it'd be missing a color, or a piece of it should have been a color, especially on the box. Perfect example. The box would show the artwork on the box would have it is something apart, something on it on his head would be a different color. So you get the toy, why doesn't mine have that part yellow on it, whatever. So then I started, adding paint apps to Transformers for him and for myself and customizing it. They kind of just went from there. And so it all started with this sort of thing I'm doing right now. So that's kind of why I'm doing this tutorial series. It's just to get back to the roots of where it all began. And I've had this figure just sitting for years. And I was planning, this is what I had it to paint. So here we go. All right, so tips cleaned off. Better stay in this room for that. Yeah, they're crazy. The engineering on the new ones are nuts. I'll show you guys later after, because we got to let them dry. I'm not going to do any disassembly today, so I'm going to paint it, we're going to transform it a couple times, and then I'll call it a day. But yeah, that's what really got me into Transformers, the new ones, and then the IDW comics. If you guys have any, if you like comics at all, the IDW comic line is great. Oh, what's really cool? Yeah, actually, I can do some comparisons. Like this is a G1. What's his name? Oh shit. I can't remember. This is a G1 remake reissue, which they're doing as well. So like right now you can buy remakes of G1 toys, but what I like is here. So this is the same toy. Re-engineered G1. I mean, it's transformed very similar, but it's way more articulated. What the hell is this? What's that? What's this guy named? Wind Charger? It's maybe Wind Charger. What a poison pumpkin. Goes into that. All right. So you can see new transformer G1C. It's based on G1. It's very similar. Same character. Heads are different. There's play. See you guys. So that's how we'll get to this. All right. Give us another code. I'm going just a little more. What up, Chris? All right, I think it's primed enough to do what we. Right, you know. Woo, baby, it's hot in here. Right, so pull everything back over to the desk. Something like that. All right. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. All right. And I think we'll turn off paint station. I told you, bitch. Echo. Turn off paint station. She doesn't listen sometimes. All right. So here we go, guys. We got one Autobot blaster without a head. Pretty much transformed, pretty much painted, or primed, sorry. Drop this banner here. It's a learning curve, all this streaming stuff, man. I'll drink it, right? What are you guys doing today? Anybody that's watching? So, I've got the directions here if I need to. I'm just going to basically go through and I'm going to, now that I've got some layers of stuff in between these plastic parts, see if I can figure out how to transform this without using the instructions. Like this. Ooh, that's going to be a bad one. Ooh, that's going to be a real bad one. So, hey, how are you liking that AIDS, George? All right, guys, let's see this here. So, what I'm dealing with now. So this crotch part has two pressure. That's how it transforms. So in a robot mode, you can see right in here, it's just done with friction. These two bits here. Now, that won't be that bad because those aren't seen really when it's in robot mode. It might be seen when it's in vehicle mode. Like this actually turns into a truck, not to a boombox. There's an alt mode that will show you guys when it comes to that point to turn it into what looks like a boombox. Yeah, I will say this, George. It's a little soft for some scribing applications. So just be wary of that, man. Yeah. What's really funny is they've done they have those Energon Glow apps, paint apps. See inside this right here where there was a paint app there. It's really rough. It doesn't matter because we're going to remove all the paint, but yeah. So the big point with this pressure, this crotch bit I'm talking about, is that when you transform to vehicle mode, this part here, you can already see it's already. This is why I do this.
You can see right there, just transforming it one time took all of that paint off right there. See right there? So when you open this up to transform it, this part is the bottom of the truck, and this crotch bit pushes into that. So that we're going to have to address for sure. Oh, yeah. This comes up forward. This is a pretty badass looking car. If you haven't seen what Soundwave turns into in the video game, it's pretty cool. Transformer. Are you keeping it all together? No. So, Chris, this is only the prep stage. So, this is all getting primed. I'm going to transform this a bunch, and that's the reason I'm doing that is to find all the areas like this one here. Come down. Too much lamp here, now the lamp here. You can see that right there. The primer's already come off. So while we have this primer on here, I'm going to transform it. We're going to see where those rub marks are. The chip-prone chipped areas, and we're going to address those. I could use this direction, but I don't want to. Oh, that's nice. So then after we sand down, file down, whatever we need to do to get those areas in what I think is going to be the best we can do. Now, this is the thing with painting transformers. They're going to chip if you're not super duper careful. And even if you are, they probably still will chip. So to be customized, you definitely hinder the play value, play factor, if you care about keeping this pristine. So I try to set it up as best I can that this won't chip, but it will chip. It will totally chip. What the fuck does this go like that? That's not right. There's a comment or something. So yeah, hang on, what you fuck it up here. Oh, yeah, nice. Down. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to do right there. There's this part here. This will be a transformable toy. This will be a transformable toy. That's why we're doing it. It will not be. It's going to be a showpiece that you can transform very carefully. I would not give this to a kid. They will fuck it up. For sure. Oh, another thing. Fuck. Yeah, there's a lot of bits here. I mean, ideally, it's going to look. I will personally want it to look best in robot mode than in this weird car or some funky radio mode that I'll show you guys later. But we're gonna have to address all that shit. So these sides. Let's see over here on Twitch and Facebook. There's a hole right here, and on the corresponding side, there's a peg. Let's try this again. See, there's a hole here, peg here. That is going to be a problem. Some of the tolerances are going to be different after we're done. They might not hold together as sturdy in alt mode, vehicle mode, however you call it, as they would, just like this, because I'm going to go in. Oh, Gino. I'm going to go in and I'm going to sandal it down or adjust that. Go on top of it. Okay. Why is there's a fucking chair on top? What is that shit? Why would there be a chair? Like a gunner seat? That's kind of dumb. Oh, wait, a little mini guy can sit there. Aren't they supposed to go? I'm confused. Is that going out? There's just like a hole. It's a car with a blowhole in the front. I don't really know. This alt mode is actually kind of lame. All right, so that's what we got, guys. Crazy Cybertronian car. And we can already tell just from taking out the color, just monotoning it with some primer, we can see what the problem areas are going to be. What in the? Why would it have a chair on it? I guess so. Like, if it was like Rubble Frenzy, what's Hey George, have a great night, man. Have a great week. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe one of those little dudes, one of the little cassette guys could sit here, but then that's just way too small. This guy could sit here, but that's no. Anyway, I don't have anything small enough to sit there. Okay. So we'll transform it again. Back into robot mode. The legs are good. It's going to be a scratch. Tolerance is good right there. See where this goes together? That could be a rub. Seems pretty good. You can see that there's space all the way around it when you turn it. That's cool. These are just things that I look for when you do this stuff. So it's just a different beast than just taking a model kit, cutting out the parts. You know when you put something together, whether it be a leg or a knee or something, that it's gonna be. You're gonna see those bits when you're putting it together, and you're gonna know that paint may chip there. These are just a different beast. That's fucking annoying. So I'll go over briefly how I'm going to get down these problem spots. Yeah, these sets are going to be a bitch too. Let's see if I can show you guys. So if you can see here, see how this part goes into this outer hip joint, and that's going to rub. That's going to rub like a son of a bitch. Luckily, it is screws, so that we can play with too. Once we don't have to tighten it as much. Once we start adding layers of shit in between there, but these bits are going to get metallic paint. We're going to sand them down really well. So we'll see how chipped up it will become or not will become. Usually have a year on inside. Made in China. Hasbro Tommy. No year. All right. Legs are back to legs. That looks better to me. How much to transform this guy have? These are going to be a slight issue. These panels that they fold on this hinge here. So, and back to somewhat. So, what I like to do, if I can find all this stuff in there, I like to go with these with like a 400 before I start, like a 400 grit. Here's a piece of 400. You got sanding sticks. These little guys are great. I think Excel make these. They come in a pack. I think you get like 3 or 4 of them. Here's a coarser one. But these just have different edges on them, but they're actually sandpaper that are like tubes of sandpaper, or like rings. So they go on, this pushes together, spring loaded here, and it holds it on. So it's nice to get down in small areas. It's nice to have a file package, or a bunch of different file set. I would say, yeah, that's the word. These help too. These I think are made by I can't remember. I find these at Hobby Lobby or Hobby Lobby. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. They come in a few different grits. These I think are like 400. They're a lot coarser, but this is sandpaper or sanding stick. So it's rough and coarse the whole way down, and then you've got like nice 45-degree angle on that, and then this is a point, which is really nice. Helps you get down to the small areas. I'm missing one of my favorite tools. Is this? I'll find it. Oh, goodness. And you can get these on Amazon. Hey, what a day. It's called a fiberglass. I don't know what it's actually called. Just look at fiberglass pen. If you look on Amazon, you'll find this. And it's for the automotive trade. They use these to get in little areas when they're prepping to paint cars. So basically, you just turn this clockwise, or righty tighty, and it shoots out little. Now watch out, because these will get in your fucking finger. It's basically a whole shaft of fiberglass, long pieces. And if you can see down here, so you turn this, guys, and this comes up like an eraser, right? But all those are fiberglass, so they will get into your finger. I like to have my little my little shop vac around when I use this. So as soon as I'm done, I come in and I vacuum all these up, because you forget about it, you run your hand across your mat or your table, and you will get a finger or a handful of these little, basically like cactus quills. So be careful of that. This is one of my favorite tools. So like here, where we saw that this was going to rub here, instead of taking it off here, I'll actually come in here where we know it's rubbing in here. I'll hit it. And the other side. You can see the little fibers just coming off as you use it. So just be wary of that. Be careful of that, because you will get this on your finger. And you can see all the pieces I'm leaving inside. And I'll come in. This is like a medium grit. This isn't as fine. Hey, what up, Fair? Par. Sorry, I'm not sure to say your name. Para. There's no PH, sorry. So now I'm just coming through. So this is my spot, my problem spot's gonna be right here. How you doing today, man? Got some orange paint on it from when I was using it for. I don't remember what I used this for. Sometimes easier just to pop this whole tube of sanding paper off. And I have little bits of that shit all over my map. So it's even now. It's going to hold. You can hear it. But I'm slowly starting to work it down. I might take the front edge of this off a little bit. How was the new Space Jam? My wife and I have been thinking about watching it, but kind of on the fence. I really didn't like the first Space Jam that much. Okay. Before I get any fiberglass, I'm going to make sure this here. I'm all shot back up. Pardon the noise. You digged it? You dug it. You dug it. I digged it. All right. So you guys kind of get the gist. The gist. I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit all these spots. I mean, right there. I mean, that's way better than it was. Honestly, diamond files. Good, man. Doing great. Having fun messing with some robots. I'm gonna play. What is Skyward? Was it Skyward Sword? Just came out on the Switch. Got that. Might play that a bit. So now I'm coming with a file just because I want to take a little bit more off. And that shit's doing. Ooh yeah, like that. So next episode should be on YouTube as well. I'm going to try to upload this to YouTube after if it recorded on one of the streaming things I'm doing. I'm not sure. Hopefully, yes. And then should be all set. Try to get some overlays up and just to look a little cooler. Ooh, yeah. You can hear that. Just, it's basically there. Rubbing. The bottom's good. This might not even hold together when I'm done. Ooh, yeah. Just, all right. So if we got some paint, that'll definitely hold together. But I don't think it's going to scratch as much. These pegs are going to pitch. Every time I stream it just gets really warm in this room. It's because I'm just full of hot air. But man, starting to get warm up in here. So I'm just slowly taking a bit of this peg off with the 400 grit. Off camera a bit. So you guys get the gist. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to handle these back. While we're here, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to get pins out. You can see, I'm going to try to remove one piece so that we can just get to and show you how to get the pin out pretty easily. This arm length. Oops. I'm on Facebook right now and Twitch. So yeah, if you prefer to watch any of those, that's cool. I have a lot to set up still on all that stuff. So is it Sound Wave, Sound Blaster, or Sound Master? I thought it was Sound Wave. No, it's a Sound Master. It's Sound. So this is Blaster. I don't know Sound Master because there was so Soundwave cloned himself, and I'm pretty sure that was Sound Blaster. This is Autobot Blaster. Here's his mug. What up, mug? Adlib Gold. Yes. Here's his mug for you guys. Let's see, where did this arm come off now? Take the whole fucking chest apart. I might have to. There's a big pin. What up, Tim? Taking apart transformer. Two screws out here. So I'll show you guys. I'm not on YouTube. So YouTube, I drug my feet and I'm not on YouTube at today. Next one should be on YouTube. YouTube, I need to verify my shit or something before I could go live because I am new to this. This is all new to me, man. All right, where's mine? So I'm getting shit. So yeah, I'm on Twitch right now and Facebook. I don't know how that's going. I'm really paying more attention to Instagram, which is the usual. So there's one pin right here that goes through where this hinge is on. Guys, in the other broadcasting shite. Turn this fucker on. Some more light up in here. What's the Twitch handle? The DAF Robo. Capital T, capital D, capital R. You guys can see this right here. There's one here on this side too. We're going to take both of those off. So when you take pins out, you can see how this one's reset. We're going to go for this one first. You see how this one's recessed a bit? And it's right here. It's flush. You can see it's hard to see. Instagram. Instagram. See? Okay. So we're going for this peg here. This pin. It's a pin. You see how it's recessed a bit here? On the opposite side, it's flush. So that tells us that more than likely the pin has been pushed through the side that's flush. So we want to come back the opposite side to push it out. And we want to do this because these pins, and you'll see when I pull one out, they're smooth up to some areas. They'll have like ridges in them. So, and then when you press them in, they dig and they bite into the plastic. So we don't want to push it all the way through. You know, we want to come the same. We want to go back the way it came in. We don't want to push it through, because then if we try to put it back in, it's going to be a bigger hole because we forced it out all the way through. If that makes any sense, you'll see once I pop one out. Tools for this job. This is a 1/16 or a 1.5 millimeter punch. Very small. It's about the same size as that pin. There's another tool I like to use. We'll find it. Maybe. I might find it. Where the fuck is it? Ah, here it is. All right. So, shit balls. We've got this punch here, 1/16, 1/16 of an inch, 1.5 millimeter, pretty small. I have this little hammer. I love this little guy, Harbor Freight Special. It's just enough. You don't need a whole lot. But this here is called an auto punch. They come in handy, but they're can be dangerous. Basically, it's spring loaded. And see if I can do this without hurting myself. Basically, this is spring loaded. When you put enough force in, it's spring back, and it's almost like a shot. It has a recoil on it. So you can see I just buried that right into that by doing that. They're using these in machine shops a lot, and a friend of mine put one through his thumb. So this has enough force if you're fucking around with it. You have to get past that threshold. You push it down, and you feel it. You feel it resist. And you push it through, and it recoils back. So if you don't have your hand, if you're trying to do something a little funky, and you put a pressure, this can hurt you. So be careful with these. So this one, see how it's sometimes they're handy, sometimes they're not. This is not going to help us here because of we'll probably just break that hole and try to do that. So it's always nice to have a wood block so you can support all this stuff. And then I'm just going to line up my punch. Ooh, this is even too small. Oh, shit. This punch might be too big. Might use the auto punch. Could be a fail on the Instagram and on the Twitch and everything. Let's see. Ooh. It's hard to get it all. And that's it. All you need. So basically, what that did was it popped out that peg just enough. You can see. As at home. So that I could come in with Stefan, what's up? I like these pliers, the little flat nose. Be able to come in here. Grab my pen, grab my hand again.
Hit again. Just be careful, like I said, with these things. Sound like a plastic crack.
So that even took it out twice. That force alone just took it out twice. That's far right here.
So I can get enough. Wiggle it out. Really, the only drop of these are these pliers. And here it comes. It's coming.
There it is. So this is what I'm talking about. Actually has some plastic left on it, but you can see here. See how it's rough on this side? Put it on my hand. Smooth, rough. This was the part that was flush. If you would push that all the way through, you would have marred it up real bad. Instagram, you see? So it's smooth all the way down, but this part's rough. It's almost been, it's actually, I mean, it's got plastic left in it. If I can get the plastic off, you can see. It's actually just been cut up with like diamond shapes. But that's the teeth. So I hit it from this way and drove it out back. So this part came out and I was able to pull it out. If I would have driven it this way, all of that roughness, it's actually wider now because of them doing this. That would have gone all the way through, more than likely breaking this. Because, I mean, look at, your tolerances aren't that much. You have a very small amount you can go through. I mean, that's not a lot of beef right there. So, just like that, blam. We got that part of it. That's a part. Put that through there. And I'll do one more. I'll do this little guy here, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. So, and you can see here's some more rubbing going on. So, like, that's why I primed it first, just so we can see look at all that rubbing right here. You guys can see here, all that's rubbing. Guys, on this stuff. See all the primers come off here? All that we're going to have to address. We're just going to have to basically sand all these pieces down where the primer's been removed, just to give it some more area for the paint to set after we put coats of paint. All right, so here's this. We're going to take out this pin that goes right here. See, it's flush here. Well, not really flush, but almost flush. And it's recessed here. So that tells me that that rough bit is going to be right here. So I want to drive it that way. So see here, there's its recess. There it's almost focus, almost flush there. So I'm going to drive it that way. I'm going to use this auto punch. Be careful, because this can hurt you. Or it can hurt your transport, like this just did. I got a little hairline crack right there. Nothing too big. Fix that little super clip. But, I mean, that's more so than the force of us taking that out. These aren't made to be taken apart. They're made to be assembled in the factory, and then a 2, 5-year-old, 10-year-old are going to take these, throw them around. You know, they don't, it's for durability. You know, they're not thinking about these ever coming apart. So now I'll just have to mend that. But that's the stuff we're dealing with. And even if I fix this, I mean, well, even after I fix that, I'm liable to just open that up again by just pushing this through on reassembly. Get my flat nose pliers. Just trying to pull straight out. There it goes. And there she is. See, there's the rough part. And it's all smooth. Rough. So I'm going to go around. There's not many more of those. And I'll take all the pins out. I'll take all the screws out. I'll get this down just to parts. But as I'm doing that, I'll come in. Ooh, those are going to be fun. These are pins right here. These are pins on these little wheel chunkers. So that so that's the next step. So basically what I'm going to do after, between now and the next episode, I'm going to completely break this down. I'm going to take the parts and I'm going to soak them in 90% isopropyl, 91%. So I'll take all these apart. I'll take all the parts off. I'll put them in isopropyl. That will take off my primer, and that will also take off any factory paint that's on here. And that way, why's my phone over there? Oh shit, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. All right, there we go. So next episode, we're going to be, what are we going to do? Well, basically, we start to paint, I think. So I'll pull this out. We'll make sure all the paint's good. We'll make sure all the prep's right. And then we'll probably work on the glow effect. Because basically, I'm going to work on the glowing effect parts, and then we'll mask those off, and then we'll do all the other base coats on top of that. We might look at the steel jaw that I broke. This little minion man. A little tab broke off. Nothing too crazy. His arms are missing now. And yeah. So I think that may be it for today, guys. Let's see. Thanks a lot for coming by. Like I said, I'm on. You can find me on Facebook, the Daft Robo, on Twitch, the Daft Robo, here on Instagram, the Daft Robo. YouTube will be the Daft Robo whenever they get along to verifying my shite. And so I'm thinking I'll keep this Sunday going. I'm going to do another kind of streaming series in conjunction with this, and it's just going to be me tinkering with video game systems. Or right now I'm doing a stint of PlayStation Vitas, so I'll be working on those, modding them, replacing the screens, doing stuff like that. So I'll be streaming this on Sundays, and then one day throughout the week I'll be streaming, just working on random electronic stuff and any other projects I've got going on. So I will be you'll see a lot more of me around. Please come by, stop by, say hey. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't feel free to ask. I'm wanting this to be like a kind of a classroom setup. I know a lot of you guys out there haven't painted Transformers before, or you may not even care at all, but this is what I'm doing right now. At the end of this, I will be giving the finished product away to a viewer. So just stay tuned. This is probably gonna be like a 6 weeks maybe of episodes doing this, maybe a little longer depending on how life is and whatnot. I have some paints to try out. It's all SMS paint. I'm not sure what colors, especially with the legs. I want to do something a little different than that weird gray champagne color. So, I'm going to try a few things. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, any questions, comments, feel free. Subscribe to any of that stuff if you would like. Yeah, but if you guys are also interested in Vitas, come and hang out. I'm also working on PlayStation 3. That I'll probably be doing some stuff on that. What up, Chaos? And yeah. So guys, thanks a lot for coming by. I'm gonna end the StreamYard stuff, and then I'm gonna keep the Instagram going for a little bit, just to shoot the shit with you guys. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.